legislature office, he began undoing all of that. And within a couple of years, there were no federal regulations left. And now President Biden is in. He's putting them all back in. So it's this juggling of the recommendations and the restrictions that is hurting us a tremendous amount. And so here's another issue. The California Air Resources Board, which controls California's emissions, and then you have the federal regulations. They're trying to figure out which is which. No one really knows. There is a rule that a state can be more restrictive, and this is the case here in California, but still figuring out which way do you go, because in many cases the state which would go stricter just doesn't, except for California. The California Global Warming Solutions Act passed back in 2006, and that dealt with methane policy. It also has to do with oversight and monitoring to prevent the leaks of natural gas pipelines and the storage facilities. Is that Aliso Viejo? Do I have that right? Because I always get Mission Viejo and Aliso Viejo mixed up.
Aliso Canyon, that's the actual one, not Aliso Viejo. Aliso Canyon is the Porter Range.
There you go. See, I always get those.
I do too. That's why I have to figure it out.
So the Aliso Canyon, the gas leak is, and that was methane, is a specific example of the problems we have here in California. And we have done the best in California of any other state to deal with this problem. Then we have more dairy farms, we have lots of storage. And our storage facilities obviously are bigger than most states. So there's our problem. Methane. Incidentally, smelling methane, I think that's what you smell near a dairy farm. It's just a delay. You ever been to Norco? Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, the value of homes in Norco, the median value of homes is about $1.1 million. I guarantee that.
Funny, when I was growing up, we had like 400 acres, and to pay for the taxes, we would rent out our land to cattle farmers.
Wow.
That sucks.
I'll bet. Although chicken and turkey farming is a step above that, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You ever been to like buy a chicken farm or buy the chicken houses in like Georgia and whatever? Ooh, you know when they're full.
Wow, oh for sure. Ooh. Coming up, Congress is mandating new car technology to deal with drunk drivers. And I'll explain what's going on, and this is a neat use of technology. We'll get into that when we come back. And your chance to win $1,000. Don't forget that. Just check in with Jennifer Jones-Lee.
A woman's been shot and killed, and a man was hurt in a drive-by shooting in South L.A. Police say 2 people in the car shot at the other 2 people about 3:25 this morning in Harvard Park neighborhood. A mandatory no-burn order has been extended for another day in most parts of SoCal. The South Coast Air Quality Management District has extended the ban on burning wood indoors and outdoors until midnight tonight because of air pollution. And a half-naked man with a knife has threatened people at random in Norway before being shot and killed by cops. Authorities say the man was naked from the waist up, was attacking people on the streets in the Norwegian capital Oslo. They say it's a police patrol car drove into a building to stop him, and that's when the shooting happened. You got your drive with DKFI in the sky next.
Save big. Go solar American style with Semper Solaris. Semper Solaris is your local veteran-owned solar and battery storage contractor. Add Tesla Powerwall and be ready for blackout. We get the job done with esprit de corps and honor. Semper offers new AC systems with a lifetime warranty and new roofs with a 50-year warranty. We hire vets and give back to the community with our Semper Cares initiative. Go solar and declare your independence. No down, interest or payments till 2023. Get the federal 26% solar and battery tax credit. $500 downloadable coupon. $500 off for military, first responders, and healthcare workers. Call 877-211-5591. That's 877-211-5591. Or visit SemperSolaris.com. 26% federal tax credit based on eligibility. Consult your tax advisor. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Some restrictions apply. New customers only. Call or see website for details. Expires 11/30/2021. CSW number 978-152.
Attention I-10 freeway drivers. Freeway and ramp closures are coming up for the I-10 Express Lanes project. Don't get stuck. For dates and detours, visit GoXBCTA.com. That's GoXBCTA.com for more information on the I-10 Express Lanes project.
weather from KFI, partly cloudy today with high 60s at the beaches to 70s inland. This report is brought to you by the San Bernardino County Transportation Authority. We're taking a look at your drive with yet another crash on the 405.
Boy, sure is. This one's real bad now. Involves a motorcyclist down, getting worked on by LA City Fire and CHP and everything. South 405 again at Sherman Way. This time it's carpool left lane at times more. The South 405 traffic is absolutely stopped now, coming down from the 118. Now, for the moment, southbound Sepulveda Boulevard is the way to go. It's still good from the 118 all the way down to the 101. It won't last long. Going into Long Beach now, a very busy spot these days, but South 710 CC8 drivers of a rig and others have collided. The middle of the freeway is blocked on that coming up. And if you missed what Ben was trying to warn you about, that shooting south of USC, crossing in Western is where it's all taking place. Shut down completely. North-south traffic, use normally. East-west, use days. KFI in the sky. Helps get you that faster. I'm Jeff Baugh.
This report is sponsored by iAccidentLawyer.com. Tired of the BS? We spent $500,000 at risk. Results $8 million for leg injured motorcyclists.
Have you been thinking about selling your home? Because if you have, I know some people who want to buy your home. It's the people at opendoor.com. What I love about opendoor.com is what I wish I had known about when we sold our house a couple of years ago. If we'd gone to opendoor.com, we would have been able to see that we could have cut the stress in huge proportions that go along with selling a house. We wouldn't have had to do the prep work ourselves. We wouldn't have had to do the repairs ourselves. We wouldn't have had people tromping through the house for a showing. See, when you go to opendoor.com, here's the deal. They ask you some really simple questions about your house. How many bathrooms does it have? Bedrooms? What's the square footage? Really basic things like that. I didn't even have to look at my documents or anything. It was all stuff I knew offhand. So then I entered the information, and within minutes, they had compared my information with comps in the neighborhood and gave me a real competitive offer. And that's the great part about opendoor.com. You know exactly what you're going to get. You get to close when you want to, and you get to do everything online at opendoor.com. Offer eligibility varies. Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage Inc., license number 020-61130 in California, and Open Door Brokerage LLC in its other markets. Sell your home the new-fashioned way at opendoor.com/myoffer.
Cash offers for used cars have never been higher, and selling your car has never been easier. And it's all because of Roto. That's R-O-D-O. Not only is Roto the best place to buy a new car, but you can also sell your used car or current vehicle lease to Roto for quick payment. Roto makes the process fast, fair, and transparent. So, sell your car on the Roto app or at roto.com. That's R-O-D-O. The fastest way to sell your used car for more cash than ever before.
As parents, we've done everything we can to keep our kids safe, happy, and healthy during this pandemic. From finding the best face masks to making sure their hands are clean. And now we have the best tool to help keep them even safer. The most important thing we can do is vaccinate our kids to protect them against COVID-19. Vaccines have been proven safe and effective for children 5 and up. Talk to your child's doctor or visit myturn.ca.gov to find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Living with dental issues is hard. No one knows this better than Joseph, who struggles with failing teeth for years.
The inflammation, the bad breath, the teeth falling out, the pain.
These issues took their toll, so Joseph came to Clear Choice Dental Implant Center, where he discovered one procedure to put an end to the years of discomfort, pain, and compromise.
Once I got it done, I was like, why did you wait so long?
That's what dental implants did for Joseph. Find out what they can do for you by visiting clearchoice.com.
For COVID testing that is convenient and fast, choose COVID Clinic. COVID Clinic has multiple locations in SoCal to serve you, and they offer rapid tests with results available within 1 hour that can detect the Delta variant. No cost to patient testing also available. Even if you've been vaccinated, you can still contract COVID. It's important to get tested to protect yourself and your friends during the holidays and winter months. Visit covidclinic.org to book your test now. That's covidclinic.org.
Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Get unlimited on 2 Plus lines for $29.99 a month per line. No contracts, no added taxes or fees. Includes nationwide 5G. Save up to 60% with Spectrum Mobile. Get unlimited on 2 Plus lines for $29.99 a month. Call 855-438-2999 or visit a store near you. Offer valid for new customers on 2 Plus unlimited lines. Direct internet required. Savings based on 2 lines comparison of unlimited plans among major national carriers as of 9/2021. Prepaid excluded. Restrictions apply.
You know, most people think that varicose veins are just embarrassing. They're just a cosmetic issue. Hey, it's Dr. Wendy Walsh. You should know that if left untreated, varicose veins can cause ulcers, infections, and even dangerous blood clots. West Medical specializes in the most advanced, minimally invasive varicose vein treatments available, and it's covered by most PPO insurances. So call 1-800-WEST-MED or westmedical.com to set up a free consultation with a vein expert today.
You did it again with the mask below your nose?
I always do that. That's why
Men do that.
Because you want to breathe, and because it's defiance. The middle finger, my middle nose. The middle finger.
Oh, you did it on purpose?
Oh, absolutely.
John and Ken, weekdays at 2.
Right, it's not effective if you're not doing it the right way.
You have to be effective. I'm triple vaccinated.
On KFI.
And good morning, Joe Handel here on a Tuesday morning, November 9th. The big stories that we are covering today. Travis Scott is out of Las Vegas Festival this weekend, and they're looking at, the investigation is looking at toxicology reports, the role of illegal drugs, and they're going to take a while to figure out what happened at that festival in Houston. And today, fast food workers are striking at 3 McDonald's, and they're, it's not just McDonald's, it's a strike, if you will, it's a symbol to argue that they're just not getting enough money working to look at that sort of thing. Also, before we move on, a chance for you to put some money in your pocket.
KFI has your chance to win $1,000.
Text the nationwide keyword
Deposit, DEPOSIT, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's deposit to 200-200.
And if you do win, you'll get a call from a number you don't recognize, which must be answered. Every weekday we do this 20 minutes after the hour from 5:20 a.m. to 7:20 p.m. 14 chances every single day. About 10,000 people die every year because of drunk driving. And what you may not have known is that within that $1 trillion infrastructure package that was passed by the Senate, there is a new requirement stuck in there that the auto industry has to find a way to keep drunk people from driving. I mean, it's already there. It could easily be done right now with very little new, actually with no new technology, but there is a problem. There is a big problem. So under the law, monitoring systems to stop drunk drivers roll out in new vehicles as early as 2026. And so why is there such a huge problem? Because let me give you the absolute answer, the easiest answer in the world. And that is, you stop someone from becoming a drunk driver by not letting them drive. How do you do that with a car? Well, if you know anybody who's ever been convicted of drunk driving and now goes back to drive, you know what the court orders? An interlock system, where it's a device, costs about $200-300, and literally the driver blows into the breathalyzer attached to the ignition system, and it shows 0% alcohol, and you can turn the car off. You'd think that would be mandatory. However, if you talk to the president of Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, which happens to be a man this time around, no, that's not going to work with Americans. Can you imagine putting in a system where you have to blow into a breathalyzer type of device to start your car? So they go up with all kinds of other technology, for example, infrared cameras, which is already there, by the way, to monitor driver behavior. So the cameras make sure you're watching the road, look for signs of drowsiness or impairment, and if the signs are spotted, the cars warn the driver. And if the behavior persists, the car then turns on its hazard lights, slow down, and turns off to the side of the road. So it's there. It's just a question of enforcing it, the question of promulgating it. Now, here is my question. You know that every single time, and the car companies used to say no thank you to all of this. The car companies used to fight every single safety feature put into cars like crazy. The seat belts they went crazy on, collapsible steering wheels they were against, padded dashboards, crumple zones, making the cars to where the passenger compartment actually survives in the event that there is a smash-up. All the technology that's there today. It used to be that the car companies never sold safety. They argued against safety. I remember as a kid, we'd be on the freeway, no seatbelts, right? The steering wheel was basically a rock, a piece of concrete that if you went up against it, your chest would instantly be crushed. And then once Ford came out, and I think it was in the 60s, with a Ford Fairlane, which was, quote, their safety car. They sold safety. It was Bob McNamara, who was at that point president of Ford, who later became the defense secretary under Kennedy. And so it was his idea, so he was going to sell the safety Ford Fairlane. Seatbelt, padded dashboard, emergency lights, and they released it. It failed miserably. No one bought it. No one wanted to hear about safety. Well, then Volvo started selling safety, and now safety is critical. Don't you pay attention to crash tests when you buy a car? I do. Most people do. So part of the mandate is to get rid of, obviously, the scourge of drunk driving. And by the way, according to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, if you put in a system in every car that's out there, drunk driving accidents will virtually disappear. I mean, they just won't happen. Now, is that worth it? I'll blow into a breathalyzer, but then again, that's government overreach. Damn it. I hate the government telling you to wear seatbelts. It drives me crazy. Oh, how about seats? You have the car seats in the back, behind the passenger section behind. The law now says that new cars will have sensors so you don't leave a kid back there. Or it'll warn you. You know, there'll be a beep.
We just rented a car that did that.
Yeah.
It warned us to check the back seat.
Yeah. And I just was in one where this automated voice was screaming, "The kid's gonna die! The kid's gonna die!"
Wow.
Yeah,
It was
that's
extreme.
but it worked.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Coming up. Faced with soaring D's and F's, how do the schools deal with D and F's? Well, D and F's disappear. That's how you do it. Presto, chango, no D's and F's. I'll share that story with you when we come back. All right, let's check out Jennifer Jones.
A man from Canyon Country has pleaded not guilty to killing his 2-month-old daughter. The LA County Sheriff's Department says deputies went to her home in late September and found the dad doing CPR on the baby. She was taken to the hospital, where she died a few days later. News is brought to you by Applied General Agency. LAX is likely to get even busier with international travelers back.
Airport officials say while it's hard to make predictions, the airport is expecting to nearly triple its current 13,000 daily international visitors through the holidays. LAX's Pete Montgomery says domestic flights are also on the rise.
We've seen the airlines continue to add the total number of flights in November and December, especially compared to last year. So we are expecting a big influx of passengers.
U.S. lifted pandemic travel restrictions from a long list of countries yesterday, including Mexico, Canada, and most of Europe. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
LA Metro bus riders have been free for nearly 2 years during the pandemic, but those free fares are coming to an end. Starting January 10th, Metro bus riders will be asked to resume paying fares. Vice President Harris has arrived in Paris to smooth out tensions with the French over the so-called sub-snub. ABC's Inez de la Cuttara says the trip will include a one-on-one meeting with French President Emmanuel Macron and international summit.
The trip comes after France lost out on a multi-billion-dollar defense deal with Australia. After Australia opted to strike a deal with the U.S. instead, President Biden admitting the situation was handled in a clumsy manner.
Harris will also attend ceremonial events on November 11th to mark Veterans Day.
I think you're right. Of course I'm right.
Oscar-nominated actor Dean Stockwell has died. He was best known for his roles in Quantum Leap and Married to the Mob. Stockwell's movie career started in 1945 when he appeared in the Frank Sinatra and Gene Kelly film Anchors Away. He also appeared regularly on TV. His most notable role was opposite Scott Bakula in the sci-fi show Quantum Leap. Stockwell died of natural causes over the weekend. He was 85. And a late-night talk show host is getting some wicked online hate.
A petition on change.org has gotten tens of thousands of signatures from people who do not want James Corden from being involved with a movie adaptation of the popular musical Wicked. Corden's been in recent box office musical bombs, including Cats, The Prom, and Amazon Prime's Cinderella, which Corden co-produced. The description of the petition says James Corden in no way, shape, or form should be in or near the production of Wicked the movie. That's pretty much it. That's the entire description. The Wicked movie from Universal has been in the works almost since Wicked hit Broadway in 2003. Michael Crozier, KFI News.
Let's take a look at your drive now through OC on the 405.
Yeah, wicked drive here, boy, that's for sure. Going through Orange County. South 405, Beach Boulevard, right in the middle of all that construction, another crash in lanes. It's really getting slow now, really. Stop and stop kind of stuff coming down from the 22 405. Just be a heads up. And more, boy, does it ever stop on the 405. But back to the San Fernando Valley. South 405 is North Sherman Way. They had a couple of problems. The latest of which, the motorcyclists and car tangles. Cross through the left lane. It is stopped. Traffic is stopped. South 405 just south of the 118. And then again through the 101 with the east winds get past the crash. Bottom line, Sepulveda Boulevard is getting busy, but way better than sitting on the South 405. KFI Am is now. Hope to get to that faster. I'm Jeff Paul.
The LA Kings lost the Toronto Maple Leafs 4-1. It's the Kings' fifth straight win. LA moves over to the Montreal Canadiens today at 4, and that's live through the iHeart Radio app. The Ducks are at the Vancouver Canucks, and that starts at 7. In baseball, Max Scherzer is a finalist for the National League Cy Young Award alongside Corbin Burns of the Brewers and the Phillies' Zach Wheeler. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports. If you own a business that managed to keep 5 or more people around on the payroll during the pandemic, there's a new government program that will pay you tens of thousands of dollars per employee. Now, this is the loan. This is just a grant. It's money. The challenge is getting your hands on it. And this is where InnovationFund.com comes through. A lot of red tape here. They cut through it. They help you get the money. They're experts at helping businesses like yours, like mine, get our share of government incentives and relief funds that are out there. And they do all the legwork. Do not charge dime one until you receive your money, and then they take a percentage of the money they got for you. They got my business a 6-figure refund on another program. And on this one, their average client gets $250,000. Go to innovationrefunds.com, click on the qualifying me button, answer a few questions. That's innovationrefunds.com, innovationrefunds.com. Check out other from KFI. It's a partly cloudy Tuesday with highs 60s off the beaches to the 70s inland. Now, as we start to head toward the weekend, we're going to start to warm up. By the weekend, temperatures will be in the 70s, 80s, and possibly even in 90s. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
When Bill and I needed new windows over 20 years ago, we picked a company we thought would do a good job. We were so disappointed.
We saw a genuine need for a company with strong character, one that people could have faith in.
American Vision Windows was born right then and there.
The best thing about working for American Vision Windows and with customers specifically is having their dreams come true. And we try to accomplish the best job we can to make them happy.
The greatest sales. I couldn't ask for anything better.
I've been in the construction trade for 35 years. The level of quality of products that they use for their pressure is
American Vision Windows continues to revolutionize the home improvement industry, one customer at a time, while changing the lives of our employees for the better. It's so simple.
Happy employees, happy customers.
Well, we pay the cash, plus zero payments, zero interest until 2023. Call 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908 or visit AmericanVisionWindows.com.
Hey, Tom, you know why I got a whole house water filtration system from Puritan Water? Because I don't want to wonder if my family's tap water is safe. No more wasting money on bottled water, no plastic bottles to recycle, and no more visits to the chiropractor's office because we're using 5-gallon bottles of water. No more buildup on faucets or shower heads, and that alone is worse.
actually extends the life of your water heater. Regardless of clean water, Sterling Water offers free lifetime service. No one else can make that claim. The system takes up a little tiny amount of space. So look at Puritan, California's preferred whole house water filtration system. And for a limited time, when you buy a whole house system, you get the 6-stage alkaline drain system for free. 844-80-WATER. 844-80-WATER. That's P-U-R, again, water.com. So, get the waters right. 844-80-WATER.
Continue to drum. High performance music. Wait. Process.